Hey, what's up? It's Deanna. So tonight I'm going to talk to you fellow sellers out there, sellers of antique and vintage things or just any kind of collectibles. And so what I noticed is that we have an issue in the United States of epic proportions for small sellers. And this issue is not good. And it's been going on for quite some time. And the issue I'm going to talk about is staying competitive in a world where big businesses can afford to do major business where small people, the little guy like us, can't really stay competitive. And here's an example of an issue that is very hard for people that sell antiques and collectibles and vintage items, generally things that are usually larger than something that can fit in an envelope. And the issue that I come across as a seller of usually things that are quite heavy, like, for example, not only do I sell antiques, I sell crystals. And I sell these type of crystals that need to be packed up with a lot of bubble wrap and a lot of packing materials, which makes the box larger than an average small box or like a little envelope that's padded. So what happens is that when I pack these items up and I go to the post office or I print out a label online, which usually generally gives you a little bit of a discount, I'm paying exorbitant costs if I say I'm in New York and I have to ship something, say, to the West Coast. What I notice is the United States Postal Service balloon rates anything over a certain size. So if your box is larger than, say, 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches, your shipping costs to your buyer goes up astronomically. And this hurts us because a lot of people won't buy our items just because the shipping price is way too high. So for example, if I have, say, a $30 collectible um, to ship out, say, to California from New York, and it weighs 3.5 pounds roughly, and the box is 12 by 12 by 12, it's going to cost my buyer $22.05 for priority mail. Now, a lot of people don't like to wait, so I could ship it ground for $19.70, which is still quite high, and it will take 5 to 14 days. And if I wanted to ship it express mail, it would cost $60.40 from New York City to Beverly Hills. And that's just for a 12 by 12 by 12 box, which is not very big. And that's only, say, 3.5 pounds. Now, if your box that you need to ship is bigger than that, say it's 24 inches by 24 inches by 24 inches, which is considered an oversized package, now it's going to get balloon rated. And balloon rate really goes up astronomically. So if, say, I were to ship one of these crystals that needs to go in a box that's 24 by I'm sorry, I said 24 by 24 by 24. I meant 24 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. Now that's really not that big, but they consider that oversized. And if I was going to ship it from New York City to California, say Beverly Hills, for instance, it would cost my customer $65.30. So now say I wanted to ship out this crystal, this rock and mineral specimen. Now it's heavy. It weighs about 3.5 pounds. So I would need to put it in a box about 24 or 22 inches by 12 by 12 or so because I need to use extra padding. Now it won't weigh more than about 3.5 pounds. It would cost my customer $65.30 to ship it to Beverly Hills from New York City. Now, if I wanted to go the cheap route, it would cost $19.70. Or if I wanted to ship it out express, it would be cheaper than the priority price of $65.30. It would be $60.40. Now, if, say, I priced this at $30 or $40, do you think my customer is going to want to pay above $20 for ground service or $65 to ship this item? The answer is no. So that is very harmful to small sellers selling things that are a little larger and get balloon rated and have to ship from the East Coast to the West Coast or the West Coast to the East Coast. That's very, very horrible. So a lot of people end up not buying my things just because of shipping cost alone. And a lot of you can say, well, sell something else. Sure, I can sell like little things in an envelope, but I don't want to. I really love crystals. I love antiques, and it's ridiculous. And here's a problem. One of the problems is called ePackets. So, for example, the Chinese can ship their mass-produced cheap items to us for way less than it would cost us to ship from a state in the U.S. to another state in the U.S. And when, for example, if somebody from China wants to ship, say, a 1 ounce packet to us, a 1 ounce package in an envelope from China to, say, New York City, it would cost the Chinese seller $1.63 to ship that to us. Now, for an 8 ounce package from China to, say, New York, it would cost them $3.90. That's it. For a 1 pound package coming from Beijing to New York City, it would cost only $6.37 for the Chinese seller to ship that item to us in the US. And a 4 pound package from Beijing to New York City would only cost the Chinese merchant $21.15 to ship to us. Now, for example, if I was to ship a 1 pound package in a first class box or envelope, it would cost me from New York to South Carolina $6. And that's for a 1 pound package. Now, with China, it costs $6.37 to ship to us. How is that right? I mean, that is crazy. So, for example, from New York City to Beijing, a 1 pound package for USPS International Mail. So if I was to ship to Beijing, that 1 pound package, it would cost me $50 when it only cost them $6.37 to ship it to me. That is highway robbery. So how could we stay competitive as a U.S. Citizen? We really can't. So we can't really compete with the e-packet. And China knows this, and they're sending us their mass-produced crap, and they're making millions upon billions of dollars, and we're losing. The small business is losing here in America, so it's very hard for us to compete with them. As a U.S. retailer, shipping some product from U.S. to China costs anywhere between $30 to $90. So I can't even sell overseas, and that's generally what a lot of my buyers like to do. They like to, like, I get a lot of sales from Europe, for example, and it generally cost me between $50 to $80 something to ship an item that's a little larger. I mean, it's not ginormous, but if it weighs a couple of pounds and needs to go into a 24 by 12 by 12 box or a 12 by 12 by 12 cube box, it's going to cost them over $50, and generally on average between $65 and $80 to ship them my antique or my crystals. So nobody's buying from me because of that. And when they do, it's because the person is wealthy and they don't care about the cost. So it's absolutely ludicrous. Not only is China killing us, I mean, they just raised the USPS prices again for us to ship. And so from going from East Coast to West Coast, it's going even higher now. And it's going sky high. So now say I sold something inexpensive that's not high cost, like antiques or these valuable crystals and minerals. Say I want to throw it in a small box and this and that. It's still going to cost me a lot of money to ship. And like I could be shipping pillows to people. That's a large size item. It's gonna, unless I cram it into a box and roll it up and my customer gets angry because I smashed it into a box to try to get it in the smallest box possible, it makes no sense for me to ship it from New York to the West Coast. It does not. I can't compete. So, I mean, the big companies like Amazon and all these other multi-million-dollar retailers like Walmart, they can make deals with the USPS to actually get their shipping costs reduced. We can't. And that is wrong. That is completely and utterly wrong. We can't stay competitive in this in the way things are going right now. So I just wanted to rant about this. It's very, very hard to try to have your own business. And for the small guy, we're struggling. It's really unfair. And, Amazon, companies like Amazon and Walmart, we're subsidizing it. We're paying these high costs to ship our items from the US to the US just because companies like that get such a huge reduced discount and they're shipping millions upon millions of packages and using our postal system, that somebody has to pay for it because they're paying so little that the post office has to stay competitive themselves and earn enough money to pay the pensions and the workers and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to have a little rant. And, if you're a seller of antiques and vintage collectibles or anything, whether it be spoons or pillows, let me know in the comments below how you feel about all this. And is it killing your business as well? Is it harming you in any way? I would really love to know. And let's talk about this. Thanks for watching.